Yo, yo, yo. Straight with the villain. How you feeling? This video is going to be monstrous in healing, aiding, and serving generations and generations to come. All right? We are about to dissect and cipher through something that supersedes astrology, Chinese astrology, zodiac signs, numerology, etymology, African spiritual. I love it all. I use it all because they are codes to assist you in this matrix, right? All of those things are codes. It's not the end all be all, but they're codes to help you. They're cheat sheets. But this, attachment styles, is important overall, man. All right? So let's get into it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the things that we will be discussing today. Let us know in the comments what hit you, right? Because we will be hitting a lot of nerves in this video. Sorry, not sorry. All right? Can't be. We healing the world. We got work to do. Can't be sorry. So, y'all know we're supposed to make learning fun. This shit's fun, right? Becoming better. Learning things that we didn't know about ourselves, being uncomfortable. In the beginning, it may not be. It's not going to be. It shouldn't. There's phases to it. In the beginning, it's not going to be fun. But then after you get over that, it's like, well, I did it, so I know I could do it again. And let me take my discomfort from this to this. And then this to this, right? So we're going to make this fun. We have an acronym today. You ready? AST. Attachment styles be leaving folks assed out. Asked out. All right. So the first letter, we got an A. So for number one, let's use purple. Ass. We got the anxious attachment style. See that right there? We got the anxious attachment style. Now, I have made breakdowns on Patreon about the ultimate intrinsic value of an attachment style, right? And just a quick synopsis, that is what we psychologically hold on to. That is what we psychologically respond to and what triggers us. So, for example, I'm going to be giving a lot of examples throughout this video, but for example, if you have an attachment style that is anxious, you are used to being in high emotional environments from a kid. So you are used to moving from state to state, city to city, school to school. There's no comfort. You were born into discomfort. So being comfortable is very weird for you. It's very awkward, right? That's like you going to a new school and meeting all new friends, right? It's weird at first. It's, you got to get acclimated. Especially as a kid, you're not going to be the most bubbly and the most extroverted kid. Especially nowadays, most kids are not going to be, right? So you have to fit into it. But then when you just get pulled out and moved out of different situations, your life, your mind, your mental, your psyche, your spirit is all shaked up. It's all uneasy, right? So with the anxious attachment style, with that example, the anxious attachment style is used to being in high emotion environments, right? They don't know what safe is. They don't know what a safe environment, they don't know what a healthy home, a healthy environment looks like, right? They have no idea. Everything is always yelling, screaming, cursing, fighting, shooting, violence, whether that be verbal, emotional, spiritual, energetically, it's always something. It's always something going on, and they just can never, it's like they got to sleep with one eye open. So those who have an anxious attachment style, they are triggered by feeling as if they have to help and aid everybody. They have to be the mediator. They feel as if And here's a very strong characteristic that anxious attachment styles pick up on as a kid. They want to be the family healer. They want to be the family healer. They want to be the family mediator, right? They almost have this Superwoman or Superman complex about them, as well as Hulk, right? They want to swoop in and make everybody happy. And anybody who knows and who has played the game of people pleasing, you understand that there is no trophies, there is no certificate, there is no winner, right? So those who have been anxious throughout their lives, it's always, I'm looking behind my shoulder. I'm always paranoid. I'm not trustworthy. Anxious attachment, I am not trustworthy, right? But what they do is they will attempt to make it somewhat of a smooth playing ground, right? Because remember, they have to be around this. This is their environment. So they have to attempt to make safe out of what's unsafe. They have to attempt to make what is chaotic peaceful. And that's a faulty life, right? So that's the anxious attachment style, anxious. And we're going to make another, if y'all want to, let me know in the comments, if y'all want the part 2 of the deeper breakdown on the different types of attachment styles that are with anxious attachment styles and the other ones that we're going to mention, right? So, as, that's the first A. The second A we have avoidant. See that right there? Avoidant attachment style, man. So to all of those who are an avoidant attachment style, I want you to recognize and hear this example. So with you being avoidant, you are used to being the bigger person. You are more comfortable being alone and saying that I don't got to deal with this. I can separate myself because I can. Avoidant attachment styles don't necessarily have boundaries or standards. Well, they do have standards, but avoidant attachment styles don't have a very strong foundation of boundaries because they don't know what that looks like. Whenever the rough gets going, they already out. They hiding. They hiding. I don't got to deal with this. Are you serious? Are you serious, right? So avoidant attachment styles, just like the word, they tend to repel and avoid situations that make them uncomfortable. So these avoidant attachment styles are not emotionally regulated. They want to be healed. They want to be babied. They want to be coddled verbally, spiritually, emotionally. They want to be coddled. They want to be trustworthy and they want to trust. But they end up putting themselves in situations that recycle and recite untrustworthiness. Does that make sense? So all it takes is a couple for the avoidant to just exit stage left. Just out the door. Avoidants are going to ghost. Avoidants are going to ghost you. Avoidants are going to make an excuse as to why they don't want to take that uncomfortable leap. Like, I'm reading the book Go Higher by Big Sean, and so far he's speaking on the invisible bridge that only you can see, right? You just have to continuously keep trusting, knowing that there is a bridge in front of you that you just got to keep taking steps in. You got to keep walking until you get to a new state of being, a new state of living, a new state of emotional regulation. You're not good. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to move. You're going to feel stuck. And so the avoidant, little does he or she know, is sticking themselves in the mud. Now, they're thinking that since they're walking away from something that makes them feel uncomfortable, right? Somebody telling them the truth, somebody seeing them for them, they think somebody telling them the truth, it pierces their ego because they are comfortable. Remember, they are comfortable by themselves. They are used to being by themselves. Now, familially, they are used to imagining things by their lonesome. They're used to being alone. I want y'all to get that through y'all's heads. The avoidant has had to make fun and play with their imagination when they wanted to be surrounded by people. When they wanted to have somebody that they can play sports with, or, throw the football with, or go to the movies with, or something like that, nobody was there. So their heart begins to feel empty. So they attempt to fill the void of their loneliness with other partners, other distractions, other vices, right? Because avoidants are more personable. Well, that's not the right word. Avoidants are more extroverted than anxious attachment styles. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you why. Avoidants are more extroverted because they will go out their way to make fun, to make friends, to make acquaintances, to have a good time, but they know not to get too close because of their untrustworthy setbacks that they have dealt with eternally, so they think. They haven't dealt with it, they just compartmentalized it. They just stuffed it in the closet. And you got 10,000 other bullshit in the closet. You see what I'm saying? That's what avoidants do. Avoidance stuff. Avoidance sweep. Avoidance, but they don't sweep it and then pick it up. They sweep it and put it on a balcony, or they sweep it and put it by the front door, and just leave it sitting there for a while. They don't address that dirt. And when somebody does, hey, I don't know how long you've been having dust bunnies at your front door, but so now you calling my house dirty. You know what? See, that's why I invite people to my house. No way. Just get out. Get out. That's what avoidants do. Okay? That's what avoidants do. So, avoidants, they're very interesting in this aspect because they want closeness. They want relatability. They want love. And they want that. I'm not going to say more than an anxious, but they want it. They do. They want it because in the beginning of their life, they are used to being alone and having to, find their fun by themselves. And solitude is a great thing, right? But not when it's used at a disadvantage. When it's used at the expense of somebody else, right? Because avoidance, I would say, hurt more people than anxious. Anxious attachment styles want to help more people. And that's why they hurt themselves. I know somebody felt that out there. I know, right? Yeah. This shit is important, man. When you can understand this, heal from this, knit this trauma and these triggers out of your life, because you're never going to forget the situations that happened to you as a kid. And I mean from, hey, listen, there's a lot of people out there that go through some very intense, sexual trauma, right? Some familial sexual and it's so prevalent in families, but nobody talks about it. The grandpa touching on the or the uncle touching on the girl, or the older cousin is messing with it, bro. It happens too often, and not just to pinpoint that, but you're never gonna forget it. But forgiveness and healing and not being okay, because we're not meant here to just be okay, to just skate by. We're meant to be greater. We're meant to be extraordinary. Extraordinary. Ordinary is for those who are just placed here, who are just plopped here like NPCs. We were placed here, especially you watching this, you were placed here to be extraordinary. And that's just to be a better guide, a better teacher, a better instructor, a better listener, right? Hey, remember this. When you lose, don't say anything. Don't say nothing when you lose. And when you earn, say less than that. That's important. Because we're not going to highlight our losses. Yes, they happen. They happen to everybody in life, in this existence. But when I earn, I'm going to say less than nothing. I'm going to say less than anything. Why? Because, as I say, have humble beginnings to never be humble for the rest of your life. I learned what the fuck I went through. I learned that lesson. I took the test 5 damn times. At some point, I'm going to pass. Maybe not with an A, but I'm going to pass. I'm going to know the study guide front to back, back to front. I'm going to know it. If I took it, right? So, with that, have humble beginnings to never be humble for the rest of your life. Be humble in your losses and be elegant in your wins. Be very elegant. Be very elegant. Like nobody should or could know. Like, hey, you up 100,000. You signed a couple contracts. Got a couple brand deals, sponsorships. You done did a couple videos and collaborations with these people. Whoa, Yep. I mean, it was just, we're never going to brag. Because you know what they're going to do? Brag on your losses. So when you win, when you earn from what you've learned, it's game time, right? So that is the anxious and avoidant attachment style. Now, that's the double A's. Now we got the S. The S. Here we go. Now we getting somewhere. As style. We got the secure attachment style. We got the secured attachment style, guys. This one is beautiful. Congratulations, you have made it. Those who are a secure attachment style, congratulations. You are amazing, right? You've done the dirty work. You know what it's like to have all the dirt underneath your fingernails. You couldn't get your hair done. You couldn't get your feet done. You couldn't get a mani-pedi. You couldn't get a facial. You couldn't get nothing until you reached here. You reached the secure attachment style. Now, the secure attachment style is from wherever you started, whether anxious or avoidant, from wherever you started, all right? You have healed from that. You have took the time and the space and the love for other people. You took at least half of that, put that to yourself, and you've done the work. You've done the dirty work. So AKA, you have become secure in what happened to you, where you are, and where you're headed. That's the 3-step process. That's the 3-step process. Now, remember, these can change. These can change at any given time. So one of them is not, like, if you are anxious and you've been anxious for, let's say 20, 30 years, right? Hey, in these next 2 to 4 years, you can change that anxious to secure. Or you can be anxious to avoidant. If you stay by yourself long enough, if you stay single or, not dating or, going on dates by yourself, dating yourself, courting yourself long enough, you'll become avoidant. You don't want to be around nobody. You want to avoid everything, all girlfriends, boy, anything. Friends, like, you want to avoid them all. So these can change. Remember that, guys. These can change very frequently. But if you ever reach the place of secure, congratulations, man. Because first and foremost, you know what it's like to put in that real life groundwork. You know what it's like. Like, nobody can help you with this. Nobody. Sure, a therapist can talk you through it, but what you still got to do? The homework. The homework. If you want to get a good grade, well, nowadays, nobody give a fuck about school. Not even the damn teachers or the principals. Or just, they don't even care. So good is ordinary, right? Good is C. C minus. If you want to pass with flying colors, meaning B plus or higher, you did that to get to secure. You did that to get to a secure attachment style. You did the dirty work. You know what it's like now. It's like going to the gym. If y'all play sports, y'all played sports, repetition. That's all I need. Repetition over and over and over again. Then I'm going to get faster. Then I can do it with eyes closed. Then I can do it with a tennis ball. I can do it with a tennis ball. Drop it, boom, boom, pick up, boom, boom, pick up. I can do it with a tennis ball. I could throw it off the wall. Catch it, boom, catch it, boom. Just wherever I go, my form is the same. Wherever I go, form is the same. Pump fake, over, right, footstep, it's the same because of my repetitions. Practice doesn't make you perfect. Hello, people. Hello. Are we still saying that? Are we still living by that? Practice makes permanent. Practice means you're a pro. You're a pro now. Ooh, hold on. You're a pro now? You're a pro now? Ooh, hold on. It might be a bar. You're a pro now. But that's with that's what it come with. You can have a therapist, sure. You can have a guide, sure. You can have a mentor, sure. But you still got to put in the energy. By yourself, by your lonesome. And that's what secure attachment styles have done. That work. You are secure in your past, your present, and your future. You forgave. That's the biggest thing. LF, you let go and you forgave. You forgave your parents. You forgave your old friends, current friends. And most importantly, you forgave yourself. LF, let go and forgive. Forgiveness. And the more you practice that, then you learn how to be gracious for what you experienced. Who you were in those moments, in those dark times. Good or bad, or ugly, or disgusted and busted. Right? You don't take that shit for granted, man. You don't. So, being secure is you forgiving yourself. You forgiving yourself of the past traumas and triggers that you have just subconsciously responded to. And it's a subconscious programming that you rehearse over and over and over again. Over and over and over again, right? So, shout out to anybody who gets to hear. Now we got the last one, surely but not the least one. We'll go red. All right? We got the D. Assed out. attachment styles as style. We got disorganized. We got the disorganized attachment style, guys. Disorganized attachment style. Now, this one doesn't need too much explaining, but just think, if you were anxious or avoidant, you are moving backwards, being disorganized. Or that may be not the best way to explain that. Let me just explain disorganized. Disorganized is simply more chaotic, more rabid, more confuzzled, more confused, more disarrayed, more clumsy. Another adjective, more disassociated. I like that one. Disassociated, more alienated, right? You are not creating a organized environment. However it happened, however you got to this place, be grateful that you're here, right? One of the sayings that I live by, cleanliness is next to godliness. Shout out 19 Keys. I heard him speak on that. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And you eating clean, you thinking clean, you living clean as possible, you speaking to yourself clean, speaking to others clean, your environment's clean, your mind, your psyche's clean. How do you think your actual life is going to be? I mean, that's your life, that's your habits. Your body, mind, spirit is clean. And you check it. You check them hourly, not daily. You check it hourly. Like, okay, meditation, did that when I woke up. Shower, did that. Because you will be surprised at how many times people let themselves go when they don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. They let themselves go. They don't get their hair done no more. They don't get their eyebrows done like they used to. Their hair cut. You know, they mani-pedi, whatever they like going to the gym. Like if you stop doing the thing that feeds you joy and feeds you excitement, disorganized. Straight up. Straight up. If you stop doing the thing that feeds you joy and excitement, you're disorganized. You know? And when people let themselves go, like I said, however they've gotten to that point, be grateful. Right? Because, like I always say too, what's lost can always be found. Always. What's lost can be found. If it was lost, it had to be grasped. It had to be held in order for it to be lost. So if you can once have it, if you can get it once, you can get it again. If you did it once, you can do it 10 times. If you do it 10 times, you can do it 100. If you do 100, you can do it 1,000. If you do 1,000, you do 10,000. 10,000, you get it. So what's lost can always be found. What's disorganized can be so fucking clean. Be grateful for that. You know? So, if that ain't telling us the truth, So, here we are, man. What's important overall, guys? The attachment styles, the anxious attachment style, the avoidant attachment style, the secure and disorganized attachment styles, man. You guys let me know in the comments what was your best, your highlighted point in the video. Share this, share this, share it, share it, share it now, share it. I'm telling y'all, man, this will heal and feed generations and generations to come, baby. Come to Hey. This is man. As parents, teachers, coaches, guides, mentors, therapists, like, when you understand this, like fully, when you understand this shit, then you will treat people differently. You won't assume or take things personal as much as you would being ignorant of this. Facts. Facts. So, you guys let me know in the comments if y'all want a part 2. Y'all want a more in-depth, because there is, a lot of other sects of anxious attachment style and avoidant, right? You got dismissive, fearless, or fearful, right? They got many different sects. So y'all let me know if y'all want a part 2 in the comments. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you. Thank you for watching at home, in the car, at work, at the gym. I love you. Take care of yourself. Just Be Simple. Get your merch. JustBeSimple.shop. And it's your boy, JB. And I'm out.